A Navy prep classroom filled with cocky candidates, fluorescent lights buzzing, lockers slamming, and one girl, Avery Holt, hoodie, duffel bag, headphones around her neck, gets cornered by a group of loudmouth trainees mocking her claim, "Your granddad, a SEAL legend, yeah, right?" Just as they push her shoulder and laugh, the classroom door blows open. A shadow of multiple massive figures fills the doorway, the trident patches glinting off their uniforms. The room goes dead silent. Avery keeps her eyes down, refusing to acknowledge the mockery, slipping into a seat like she's done it her whole life. She carries herself quietly, scanning the Naval Preparatory Facility, gray walls, laminated training posters, whistle echoes from the hallway. She's a civilian candidate with a reserved slot for an engineering internship, not combat. But her poise, her placement of gear, her stance, something about her screams trained, even if no one sees it. Rumors surround her last name, Holt, but she never confirms anything. She avoids conflict, avoids eyes, avoids attention until today. The instructor steps out to grab files, leaving the room unattended. The candidates pounce. They yank Avery's notebook filled with sketched dive rigs, underwater demolitions, diagrams, and quotes like "the only easy day was yesterday." They whistle sarcastically. Look, she even writes SEAL fan fiction. Avery keeps her jaw locked, reclaiming her notebook with one calm motion, but the biggest trainee, Reeves, leans in, breath hot with arrogance. "If your granddad was a SEAL legend, where is he now?" "Dead, retired, imaginary." The room erupts with ugly laughter. She looks up, just once, eyes cold. "My grandfather earned his silence," she murmurs. The class doesn't realize those words are word for word something only someone close to an old-school SEAL master would know, a phrase carried through generations in a very specific platoon. But they don't recognize it. Not yet. They just smirk and push. Avery refuses to crack, but the tension is building like a loaded spring. Cut to young Avery, 12 years old, on a foggy dock at 5 a.m. Her grandfather, Commander Elias Holt, retired Tier 1 legend, teaches her cold water discipline. Not military training. Legacy training. Her teeth chatter as she stands knee-deep in Pacific water. "Control your breath," Elias says calmly. "The ocean doesn't care if you whine." Flash cut to him teaching her not work while blindfolded. Flash cut to him walking her through how to spot surveillance cameras. Flash cut to him saying, "Skill is silent. Loud are the ones who have none." Back to present. Avery repeats those same words silently as the bullies snicker around her. The audience now knows she's not a wannabe. She's trained by a ghost of the old teams. But she's choosing to stay invisible until she can't. A shrill klaxon blares, the lights flicker red. A notification rolls across classroom screens, engineering bay, toxic gas sensor triggered. Everyone jumps. Reeves panics, yelling, "Is this a drill?" Avery's eyes widen. She recognizes the bay number. It's where the oxygen systems for SEAL dive units are calibrated. A real leak could kill someone in minutes. Candidates scramble, some screaming, some filming with phones. Avery doesn't hesitate. She grabs her hoodie, ties her hair back, and sprints down the hallway. No hesitation, no fear. She's moving with the precision of someone trained by a man who lived through dozens of real emergencies. Security tries to block her. "You can't go in there." She dead sprints past them. Avery knows the layout better than she admits. Better than she should, because she's been there before, with her grandfather, learning things a civilian girl shouldn't know. Steam hisses. Yellow warning lights rotate across stainless steel floors. A muffled cough echoes from deeper inside. Someone is trapped. Avery grabs emergency gloves, rips open a vent panel, and manually rewires the secondary intake, something only someone with SEAL-level engineering exposure could do. She crawls through a maintenance tunnel barely wider than her shoulders, breathing shallowly like her grandfather taught her. She finds the young Navy tech on the floor, vision blurry, gas mask off. She drags him into the airflow corridor, slams the emergency door, and hits the vent flush override. Coughing, shaking, drenched in sweat, she did it. She saved him. Security bursts in, stunned. Who the hell are you? Avery just stands up, wipes her forehead, and whispers, no one, but that moment is recorded and broadcast. And someone very important sees it. The candidates are gathered back in the classroom, silent, shaken. Instructors whisper. Security reports circulate. Everyone looks at Avery differently now, but Reeves can't let it go. He mutters, just lucky. Still a liar. Before anyone can respond, the floor trembles slightly. Boots approach, not regular boots, heavy, sand-coated, steel-toed team boots. The door swings open, and in marches an entire line of men, older, scarred, powerful, wearing the same trident her grandfather once wore. Active duty SEALs. Two of them still smelling like the ocean. One of them, the one in front, locks eyes with Avery and nods. Respectfully, like she's family. The lead SEAL steps forward, turning his gaze toward the room. In a gravel deep voice shaped by decades of deployments, he says, "Where's Avery Holt?" Everyone stiffens. Avery stands, not scared. Just steady. The SEAL gives a slight grin. "You saved my tech. Your grandfather taught you well." The room gasps. Reeves goes pale. Then the SEAL adds, "Commander Elias Holt was more than a legend. He was our instructor. Our mentor, our compass." He looks around, eyes sharp enough to cut steel, and anyone mocking his granddaughter is mocking every man in this room. Dead silence. The bullies' throats bob as the weight of those words crushes them. Avery doesn't gloat, doesn't smirk. She simply breathes calm, steady, trained, just like Elias taught her. The SEALs form a quiet circle around Avery. Not shielding her, honoring her. The lead SEAL places an old dog tag in her hand, her grandfather's, retrieved after his passing, meant for her but delivered today. Avery's eyes fill, but she doesn't cry, not in front of a room of warriors. The lead SEAL leans in. "He be proud, more than you know." Then they turn and leave. Boots echoing like thunder in the stunned silence. As the last SEAL exits, the entire class, every one of the loudmouth mockers, stands frozen, unable to speak. Avery looks down at the tag, squeezes it, and whispers, "Skill is silent.